Good day, everyone. Welcome to lecture 14 of Theory of Computation. And in this particular lecture, we will be discussing about the regular expressions. Okay. So before discussing the concept of regular expressions, so let me recap what we have done till far. So we said that if we have a regular language, okay, regular language L, what does that mean? It means first we have a DFA that recognizes L, or we can say we have a DFA M such that language of M is L, this L. And second way, we said that if we have a regular language L, that means we have an NFA N that recognizes L, or we can say language of N is L. Okay, and from this we concluded that power of DFA and NFA is same. So this is what we have discussed so far. Now, the third way of speaking about a regular language is that we can represent an entire language by a, we can say, a mathematical expression. What I am saying, that an entire language, what does that mean? An entire language, it means that all strings in a language can be represented by a mathematical expression. Okay, we can represent an entire language, or we can say we can represent all strings in a language by a mathematical expression, and that mathematical expression is called a regular expression. Okay, and a language that can be represented by a regular expression is a regular language. So we have to prove it. So here I am saying a language represented by a regular expression is a regular language. We will prove this theorem, but you keep this in mind that we can represent an entire language, or we can say all strings in a language by a mathematical expression. And that mathematical expression is called a regular expression. And the language that can be represented by a mathematical expression, or we can say by a regular expression, is a regular language. So this language, if it is a regular, that means there exists a regular expression for that language. What is the regular expression? Regular expression is a mathematical notation or mathematical expression that can represent an entire language, or we can say that can represent all strings in a language. Okay, so what is a regular expression? A regular expression. Okay, a regular expression is a method of describing a language via a string representation, or we can say via a mathematical representation, via a string representation. I will give you the examples. Okay, or we can say it is a way of capturing the regular language. Let me give an example. For example, so we are going to discuss it in detail, but let me give a small example. We know alphabet sigma is equal to, let's suppose it is 0, 1. What is the meaning of sigma star? So we have already discussed it. Sigma star means all strings that can be created using 0 and 1. All strings that can be created using 0 and 1. For example, let me give an example. 0 1 1 0, 0 0 1 1 0 0, okay, 1 1 1 0 1 0, and many more. You can see that these strings, this string, this string, these binary strings, they all can be represented by sigma star. Means they all, this string, this string, this string, and many more strings, they belong to this sigma star. So we can say this sigma star is a string representation, and it represents all strings, all binary strings. And we know that the set of strings, so this is a set of strings, so it is a language. Okay, so it is a language, and this language can be represented by sigma star, by this mathematical expression. So this mathematical expression is an example of a regular expression. So sigma star is a regular expression that is representing all binary strings. And we have to discuss what is a regular expression and how we can create regular expressions. This is just one example for making you understand. Okay, so what is a regular expression? A regular expression is a string representation, or we can say a mathematical expression that can represent all strings in a language. And a language that can be represented by a regular expression is always a regular language. So you have to remember this. A language that can be represented by a regular expression is always a regular language. So now let's start how we can create regular expressions and how we can represent regular languages using regular expressions. Okay, so let me rub this and let's start the discussion about the regular expressions. Okay, so let's start how we can create regular expressions. For creating a regular expression, let's start from the basis rules. Basis rules. So let's start from the basic rulers. From these basic rulers, we will generate the regular expressions. The first basic rule is pi is a regular expression. Pi is a regular expression. And we know that every regular expression represents a language. So what type of language is represented by pi? So phi is a regular expression, and it represents empty language. Empty language. So the language represented by pi. So pi here is a regular expression, is this empty, or we can say is pi. Okay. Second, this is the first rule. Second, epsilon is a regular expression. Epsilon is also a regular expression, and it represents the following language. So what is the language represented by epsilon? It represents this language. A language containing only one string. And what is that string? Epsilon. Please remember, you have to remember this. Pi is not equal to this. They are different. And this is not equal to this. They are also different. Okay. So phi, epsilon is a regular expression and represents the following language. Okay. Third, if we have a symbol A, so let's suppose A is some symbol. So in our set, for example, alphabet set is AB, and let's suppose one of the symbol is A or symbol is B. Okay, if we have a symbol A, then it is a regular expression, and it represents the following language. So the language represented by this A alphabet symbol is this. So it represents a language that contains how many strings? One string. And what is that string? A itself. So these are the three basic rules. So rule 1, or we can say basis rules, rule 2 and rule 3. Now from these basis rules, so these expressions phi, epsilon and A, okay, phi, epsilon and A, these three are called simple regular expressions. Okay, these are simple regular expressions, and we got it here. What is the language represented by these regular expressions? Now from these simple regular expressions, we can create compound regular expressions. Okay, we can create compound regular expressions. So how we can create compound regular expressions from simple regular expressions? So we can create compound regular expressions by using following 4 ways. The first method is by using concatenation. What does that mean? If I have two regular expressions, regular expression 1 and regular expression 2, then their concatenation, what will be the concatenation? Concatenation will be R1 dot R2. Okay, so this is also a regular expression. Okay, and what will be the language represented by this concatenation? The language represented by this concatenation, that is language represented by R1 concatenation R2, will be equal to language represented by regular expression R1 concatenation with language represented by regular expression R2. Okay, so what does that mean? For example, we know A is a regular expression. A is simple. Okay, this is one regular expression. Let's say this is R1. So B is also some symbol. Let's say this is also a regular expression. What is the language represented by A? This. And what is the language represented by B? This. So what will be this is R2. What will be R1 dot R2? R1 dot R2 means regular expression A dot B. So what will be the language represented by R1 dot R2? That will be the language represented by R1. What is the language represented by R1? A. And what is the language represented by R2? B. So A dot B, it will be A dot. So this will be the language represented by R1 dot R2. In terms of regular expression, it will be A dot B. So A dot B represents this particular language. Okay, so this is the first method of creating a regular expression. By concatenating two regular expressions, we will get a new regular expression. The second method is union. Okay. So using a union, we can create a new regular expression. What does that mean? If R1 is a regular expression and R2 is another regular expression, then union of these two, R1 union R2, this is also a regular expression. It is written as regex. Regex means regular expression. R1 union R2 is also a regular expression. Okay, and this regular expression represents a language. Language of R1 union R2 will be language of R1 union language of R2. Okay, what does that mean? Let's take the same example. Let's say A is R1 and B is R2. Then what will be this A union B? A union B means it is a regular expression and it represents the language of A union language of B. What is the language of A? Language of A is A union language of B is B. So A union B will be A comma. Okay, so A union B will be A comma B. So this is a regular expression. It is also written like this, A plus B. Okay, you can write A plus B or A union B, or sometimes it is written as A or B. A or B means A union B. So these are the three representations of union. Second, the third is Kleene closure. Kleene closure. What is Kleene closure? Kleene closure is saying that if R1 is a regular expression, then R1 star is also a regular expression. And what is the meaning of R1 star? R1 star means one or more copies of R1. Sorry, zero or more copies of R1. What does that mean? If R1 is a regular expression, let's suppose A, okay, then R1 star, or we can write A star. A star means the language represented by A. What is the language represented by A? A. And combining the strings of this language many times, one or zero or more times. Okay, so what will be the language represented by A star? It will be epsilon. Epsilon means when we are not combining anything, then a a dash dash dash, this will be A star. So we have already discussed Kleene closure, and I hope that you know what is the meaning of a closure operation. Okay, so sorry, Kleene closure operation. So what is star? Let me repeat it again. So before repeating the Kleene closure, let's first go to the last one. That is the fourth one. Fourth operation is this. If R is a regular expression and if it is written in brackets, this brackets, it means it has this bracket is same as R. So it does not make any difference. It is only used in case of operator precedence. Okay. So this brackets means same as R. So these are the four operations by which we can create new regular expressions from the basic regular expressions. Okay, so if we have regular expressions, we can combine them using concatenation, using union, using Kleene closure, or using this particular operator. Okay, so before ending this, let me complete the discussion about the Kleene closure. Okay, let me make you understand about the Kleene closure because it is an important concept. So let's write here. Okay, Kleene closure. Kleene closure means that if R is a regular expression, so if R is a regular expression, that means it represents some language L. Then R star is also a regular expression and it represents the language L star. So what is L star? You already know. L star means L0 union L1 union L2 dash 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 union Ln. Or I can say, for example, if R is a regular expression, okay, and R star, let's suppose R is A, R is A, then R star will be A star, and A star will be epsilon A dash dash dash. Okay, so this is the usefulness of a Kleene closure operation. Okay, now let's discuss some of the examples, and we will see how this Kleene closure has been helpful in how these compound regular expression operations are helpful in creating the regular expressions, and how we can represent the entire language using a simple regular expression. Okay, so let me rub this and let's understand the concept of regular expressions with the help of some examples. So let's give some of the examples while we will understand the regular expressions. For example, A star. A star is a regular expression and it represents the following image. Let's take A union B, or I can say A plus B. Okay. So this is a regular expression and it represents the union of these two languages. The language represented by A. What is the language represented by A? This particular. And the language represented by B. It is this, and it will be A comma B. For example, if sigma is our A comma B, then we can say sigma is A union B. Okay, so sigma is a regular expression A union B. Now, if I am writing A union B star, okay, so it means that this is a regular expression, and this regular expression, it represents the following language. Which language? So first regular expression is this one. So this one represents A comma B. Okay, so this represents A comma B. Then we have star. What will be that? Star means combining A and B 0 or more times. So what will be the language? Epsilon A, AA, AB, BA, BAA, dash, dash, dash. It means that we can combine A and B in any order, and any number of times. Or we can say that A union B star means strings created using A and B. Okay. So this also represents sigma star. Okay. So sigma star or A union B star is a regular expression that represents this. Now, if I am writing A union epsilon, it is also a regular expression and it represents the following language. A union, what is epsilon? Epsilon represents this. So it will be epsilon comma. Okay. And what will be A union epsilon star? A union epsilon star means epsilon comma A star, and it means epsilon A, 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 or we can say it is same as A star. A union epsilon, A union epsilon represents this language, and A union epsilon star means epsilon star. Okay. So what is this A union epsilon? A union epsilon represents this language, or we can say it represents the following strings, epsilon and A. So A union epsilon, if anywhere you have A union epsilon, it means either A or epsilon. So this represents A or epsilon. And it is star, A union epsilon star. What does that mean? It means either epsilon or A. Not only A, but A star. A star means multiple copies of A. So A union epsilon, if you can see, it also means 0 or more, 0 or 1 A. 0 or 1 A. Because A union epsilon means A or epsilon. Epsilon means no A. A means 1A. So A union epsilon means 0 or 1A. And A union epsilon star, it means 0 or 0 or more A's. Okay, because it represents the following. And it is same as representing A star. A star also means 0 or more A's. Okay. Now let's take another example. For example, A dot B star dot C. What does that mean? It means it represents, let's say which language is represented by. It represents the following language. Concatenation of these. Language represented by A. What is the language represented by A? A. Concatenation. Language represented by B. B star. What is B star? B star means 0 or more copies of B. Epsilon, B, 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 and dot concatenation C. What is C? Language represented by regular expression C. C. So that means it represents, for example, the first should be A, then one or more B, then last should be C. So let me write some. So let me write some examples. For example, A, C. This is a string. Let's say this is a string. Is this string represented by this regular expression? What is the string represented by this regular expression? It means the first should be A, then we should have we should have 0 or more B's, then at the end we should have C. So you can see here, first is A, then we have 0 B's, then we have C. So we can say this string is represented by this regular expression. Now let's come here. Is this regular string represented by this regular expression? Yes, this is also represented. Why? First is A, then it is saying one or more copies of B. So we have 2 copies of B, then we have C, then we have C. Now let's take another one. Is this string represented by this regular expression? No. Why? This regular expression is saying first should be A. So first is A. Then one or more copies of B. So we have more copies of B. Then we should have C, but there is no C. So this string does not belong to this regular expression, or we can say this string does not belong to this language. Okay. So let me give another example. A dot B star dot C star union B. Okay. A dot B star dot C star union B. Fine. So let's keep it like this. What does this mean? So before understanding this, you have to understand the operator precedence. So in a regular expression, operator precedence is in the following order. So the highest precedence is of bracket, then we have star, then we have concatenation, and then we have union. Okay, so union has the least precedence. So here this means A dot B star dot C star union B. It means the language represented like this. A dot, so this is 0 or more copies of B. So epsilon B, 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 okay, dash, dot, then we have bracket. Bracket means that union of these two. What is the this one? C star. C star means 0 or more copies of C. Union D. What is D? D is single copy. So you can see that this regular expression says it represents strings which start with a then 0 or more copies of B, okay, 0 or more copies of B, then we can have this or this. So because it is union, so this is, that means either this or this or this. Okay, so what is this? 0 or more copies of C, then 0 or more copies of C, either 0 or more copies of C or D. Okay, so let me give some examples here. For example, let's write this string A, B, B, C, C. So is this string represented by this regular expression? Yes, because it starts with A, then 0 or more copies of B, then 0 or more copies of C. Now let me write another A, B, B, C, C, D. Is this, so this string is represented. Is this string represented by this regular expression? No. Why? Because first should be A. A is here, then 0 or more copies of B, that is also here. Okay. Then we should have 0 or more copies of C or D. But here we have 0 or more copies of C and D. We have both here. We need only one, either C or D. So this does not, or we can say this particular string is not represented by this regular expression. Or we can say this string does not belong to a language that is represented by this regular expression. Let me give some more examples. I will wrap this. Let's discuss some more examples. Then we will start the language and we will see how we can represent those languages using regular expressions. So let me wrap this and let's understand some more examples related to regular expressions. So let me give some more examples related to regular expressions. So for example, if we have a language like this, A dot B dot B star, okay, then dot C union D star. What does this particular regular expression represent? So what is the meaning of this regular expression? So this is regular expression. It means start with A, then second, this one. It means then B, okay, and this means B star means 0 or more copies of B. Okay. So you can see, for example, this B and B star, B dot B star. It means B, then 0 or more copies of B. So these two can be combined together and we can say that B dot B star means one or more copies of B. Because one means there should be first one B followed by 0 or more B's. So it will be one or more copies of B. And in regular expressions, it is represented by B plus. Okay. So what is the difference between B star and B plus? So B star means 0 or more copies of B, and B plus is shorthand for B dot B star. Okay, and it means one or more copies of B. Okay, so this B dot B star means one or more copies of B. Then we have C union D. So what is C union D? C union D means C or D. C or D. And what is the meaning of star? Because we have star here. Star here means strings that can be created using C and D. So this C comma D star means strings that can be created using C and D. So this particular regular expression means that it represents all those strings which start with a okay. Then we should have one or more B's, okay. Then we should have substring of C and D, or we can say the string created using C and D. So let me take some examples. So let's take this particular. So it starts with a one or more B's. So we have one or more B's. Then substring of C and D. So this is a substring created using C and D. So this string is represented by this regular expression. Now let's take another one. This particular. It starts with a, then we should have one or more B's, but there are no B's. So this string does not belong to this particular regular expression. Now let's take another one. So is this particular string, it starts with a, yes, has one or more B's, yes, and we should have a substring of C and D, but this is a substring containing A also. So this does not belong to this particular language. Okay. So now let's take another example. For example, this one. A union B star dot B dot A union B star. What does this particular regular expression represent? It represents, so what is the first? The first should be string created using A and B. Okay, so first part should be a string created using A and B. Then we should have a B. Then B. Okay, then we should have a string created using A and B. String created using A and B. Let's take the example. For example, A, B, B, A, A. So here you can see, let's take this part. You can take any part, okay? A. A is created using A and B, okay? Because A is a language represented by A union B star. Then B. So then B. Then this BAA is a string created by this particular A union B whole star, okay? So this is a string represented by this particular regular expression. Now let's take this one. Does this strong belong to this regular expression? So let's see. So first part, you can choose any first part. It is your choice. So let's take the entire string. We know that there should be at least one B because this B is here. So there should be at least one B, but there is no B here. Okay, no B is here. So that means this string is not represented by this regular expression. Okay, now let's take another example. So what is the language represented by this regular expression? This one. So we can write it. It represents strings with at least one B. Okay. So we can write L is equal to, so the language of this regular expression is equal to string belong to sigma star such that W has at least one B. Okay. Now let's take another example here. So let's say we want to create a regular expression. So we want to create a regular expression representing this language. L is equal to W is a string such that W has at most one B. At most one B. So at the most there should be only one B. There can be less than one B. Less than one B means no B. Okay. So, and you have to remember sigma is A comma B. Okay. So how we can represent this regular expression? So it should have at least one, at most one B. At most one B means this. Either one B or no B. Okay. So one B or no B. Concatenation. So initially we can have anything but not B. What is anything? A. That means initially we can have A star. And at the end also we can have anything. Anything means A star, not B. Okay. So this we can represent it like this: A star dot B union epsilon. B union epsilon, we can write B union epsilon dot A star. Or we can write A star dot B union epsilon. Shorthand for B union epsilon is B question mark. So B, so you have to remember B question mark means 0 or 1B. And it is a shorthand for B union epsilon dot A star. So this is a regular expression that represents this particular language. Okay. So now let me give you some of the examples, or we can say, let me give you some of the language, and you should write the regular expressions for those languages on your own. Okay. So that is a homework, or we can say assignment for all of you. I will give some of the questions and you have to create a regular expressions for those particular questions. Okay. So let me rub this and let me write the homework for all of you. So let me write some of the examples here that you have to attempt. Example 1. So write a regular expression representing this particular language. L is equal to W belongs to 0, 1 star, means W is a binary string such that W starts with 0 and ends with 1. Okay, so this is example 1. Example 2, write a regular expression representing L is equal to W belonging to sigma star, or we can say 0, 1 star, such that W contains 0, 0 as a substring. This is example 2. Example 3rd that you have to do, write a regular expression representing L is equal to W belongs to sigma star, okay, such that length of W is equal to 4. Okay. Example 4th, write a regular expression representing L is equal to W belongs to 0, 1 star, such that W has no two consecutive ones. Okay. Example 5th, write a regular expression representing L is equal to W belongs to 0, 1 star, such that length of W is M. Example 6th, write a regular expression representing L is equal to W belonging to A, B, C star, such that W starts with A's followed by B's and then C's. 0 or more A's followed by 0 or more B's and then 0 or more C's. Example 7, write a regular expression representing L is equal to W belongs to 0, 1 star, such that W has at least 1 0 and 1 1. Okay. Example 8, what is the language represented by following regular expressions? Okay, so the first is 0 star 1 0 star whole star. Second is 0 plus 1 star 0 1 0 plus 1 star. Third, A B plus BA star plus B plus BA star. Fourth is 1 star 0 whole star 1 star. And the fifth is B plus AB star plus B plus AB star. Okay, so these are some of the examples that you should try out on your own using the regular expressions. Okay, so with this I will stop this particular lecture, that is the lecture about the regular expressions, and in our next lecture, that is lecture number 15, we will discuss two important theorems. One is, if R is a regular expression, then language represented by regular expression is regular. That is the first theorem. Second is, it is converse. And what is the converse? The converse is that if L is a regular language, then it can be represented by a regular expression. Okay, so we have to discuss these two theorems, and by discussing these two theorems we will understand how we can convert a regular expression into an NFA or a DFA, and how we can convert an NFA back into regular expression. Okay, so that will be the discussion of our next lecture, that is lecture number 15, and we will meet in that particular lecture. Till then, goodbye.